Okay guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular tutorial video, we're going to concentrate on biology, question 1 of one of the tutorial sheets, of which we're going to describe these molecules, either they are soluble or they are insoluble in water. So these are some of the molecules we're going to look at, okay? So we're going to look at sodium chloride. Okay, we're going to also to look at ethanol, haxane, glycerol, and 2,2 dimethyl butane. Okay, so let's come back. So for our basic understanding on these questions, we have also to understand some basic concept of water or characteristic. So we are saying water is a polar molecule. So we have highlighted polar because anything of polar will dissolve in water, because like dissolve like. Should understand that. So we're saying, let me write it here, like dissolves like. Okay. So anything of polar, it will dissolve in water. Anything of non-polar won't dissolve in water, it will be insoluble. So that's what we mean when we say like dissolve like. Okay. So let's take a look at sodium chloride. Okay. Sodium chloride, to discover that if you place it in water, it will dissolve. So basically sodium chloride is soluble in water. So that's your answer for part A. Part B, we are saying ethanol, which is the general formula for ethanol, has a hydroxyl group, this one, which is a hydroxyl group. This hydroxyl group is able to react with what? It's able to react with the water to form hydrogen bonding, of which is one of the characteristics of water which we mentioned earlier. And if that's the case, then ethanol is also soluble in water. I guess you guys will understand it. Okay, so we are saying ethanol is soluble in water. Why? It's because it has hydroxyl group. This hydroxyl group is capable of reacting with the water to form hydrogen bonding. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why alcohol, which is ethanol, is able to dissolve in water. The other reason is because of this oxygen, which is electronegativity. So because this oxygen with more of electronegativity, it will be able also to dissolve in water. So that's about ethanol. Okay, let's move on to question C. On part C, we are having hexane. Okay, so this is your hexane here, and you know this is 6. So if we want to write it, its general formula is supposed to have 6 carbon. Okay, so just write it like this. This is the general formula of this hexane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the general formula of hexane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So what you discover here is that this is a non-polar molecule. So if it's a non-polar molecule, you discover that it does not dissolve in water, since water is a polar molecule. So this one basically, it cannot dissolve in water. So we are saying insoluble. That's your answer. Done. Soluble in water. Because why? It's because it's a non-polar molecule. Okay, so I think we can move on because these questions, they're just simple like that. Okay, this is dinner. So the question D is asking us to also to identify if glycerol. Okay, this is glycerol. This is your glycerol, like this. Okay. So the general formula for this one is this. Write it like this. You don't mind. Let me write it like this. Okay. Okay. You can write it like this. Either way, or you can still write it in this other way, which is one and the same as your lecture wrote it in your tutorial question. It's written like this. Of which this is one and the same thing, because what we have to understand is carbon like to form 4 bonds. So if it's like to form 4 bonds, it means this hydrogen, which is single hydrogen, sorry, this is hydrogen. Okay, this hydrogen can be placed this side. So if you want, you can get this hydrogen, attach it this side, then you leave the hydroxy group in this side. The other side, which is one and the same as this, which I did here, just place the hydrogen the other side. So this is glycerol. This is the glycerol. So this one, what you discover that it has these 3 hydroxyl group, and if it has these 3 hydroxyl, it means what? What did we say about water molecules? Wow, this is good. So we said the characteristic of water molecules when we started, it is polar. Then it is also having hydrogen bonding in it. So if it's having hydrogen bonding in it, it means this hydrogen we are seeing here is able to react with water to produce this hydrogen bonding we are saying. So if that's the case, it means this glycerol is what? Soluble in water. Why is it soluble in water? It's because it has 3 hydroxyl group, which can easily react with water to produce hydrogen bonding, of which is one of the characteristics of water. Okay, so this is how simple this question are. So let's do the last one. The last one is asking us to describe 2,2 dimethyl butane. Okay, so on how to write these are just that simple to write it, like general formula. What you do, these two, they are nothing but they are just showing you where the function group are. So what you discover in 2,2 dimethyl, it means this methyl is a function group. So if you want to write it, you know 4, this butane represents 4. So what you do is you do this, you put 1 carbon, 1 carbon, 1 carbon, and 1 carbon, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how you write it. So on carbon number 2, this is the interpretation of this. Carbon number 2. So if I start 1, 2, there is 2 methyl. So I'll put 2 my methyl here. So these are my methyl here. So this is methyl, which is a function group. Also here a function group of methyl. So the remaining carbon, we know carbon likes to form 4 bonds. So we'll put 3 here, because I know if I distribute this, I'll have 1 here, 1, 1, which is 3, because the other one is coming from the other carbon. Then the other one, this carbon is stable now because it's having 4 bonds. Then this one, I have to put 2 here. Why 2 is because I want to make sure that I have 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen here, of which if I have 1 here, 1 here, I have 2 bonds, plus this bond coming from the other carbon, it will be 3, plus this, which will be 4. So of which this is stable. So the other one is supposed to have 3. So this is the interpretation. This is how you construct these formulas, as simple as such. So this one is, if you can see, it does not have any hydrogen hydroxyl group, so this is non-polar, and you said if it's non-polar, it's not able to dissolve in water because water is a polar molecule. So this is how simple your question is. So this one, the answer here, we are saying it's insoluble. Insoluble in water. Just like this. Insoluble in water. The forces which this molecule has is London forces. Those are some of the forces molecules have. Okay, so this one is dispersion force or London force. It's the one found here. So thank you for watching my video. See you next time.